Hey guys, how you guys doing? This is going to be a review of Payday 2. This is a first-person shooter that was recommended to me, and I will say that this is a good game. This is a pretty darn good game. I've had fun every time I've played it. In a nutshell, what you do is you are trying to score big heists. You're trying to get money. That's the overall objective. Get money from missions, spend the money on guns and body armor and what have you. They have a ton of different types of guns. I think that's one of the coolest parts of this. It's not just pistols and rifles, it's grenade launchers and miniguns, as you can see right there. I like that. I like the variation there. I'll say that actually shooting and killing the enemies is really enjoyable, very entertaining. It doesn't get old. I almost feel like I could just shoot enemies for an hour straight. You know, it doesn't get repetitive, and I'm not a big first-person shooter guy, so that's pretty impressive if a game can hold my attention in that sense. Let's see the other trailer for it. Each mission is pretty different. It's whether it might be a bank and you have to drill through the door to get to the bank, and then you have to go run and get into a van after you do that. It's pretty cool. I've only done a very small portion of these missions. Here you could see that they've turned the game into VR, which I did do, and I can say it is a blast. I was really impressed with how they adapted the game to VR. A lot of times they don't do that very well. A famous case of this is Borderlands, where they tried to port it for VR and it was terrible. It was unplayable. This, very playable and very fun. In fact, just watching this makes me want to do it again. The progression is relatively quick. You level relatively quickly, and something that I really like is that you get a lot of money. Pretty much, you get a lot of money every time you do a mission, and not almost enough to get a new gun. Maybe not always, but it's not like you're grinding 10 missions to get a gun, unless it's a really expensive gun. But I thought that they are very, very fair with their the amount of money that you need to get weapons. Here you go. This is a berserker right in the middle. Tons of health. It just takes almost all your bullets to kill them. This is an assortment of enemies. The guy with the shield right there on the left. Those are really tough because you have to be surgical with where you shoot. A lot of times it's through this little gap, or you have to flank them. And if you stare at this shield, they'll flash you, which is kind of neat. An annoying part, but I get it, is you have to carry these bags of money places like all over the map and stuff, and you can only carry one at a time, and it slows you down. And then if there's 5 or 6 bags, it's just kind of monotonous to like run one somewhere, come back, run another one. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it makes sense. I mean, that's how it would actually be if you're robbing a bank. One other thing that you can do with this is you could go into a mission silently and try to do the entire thing without getting noticed, which is really hard, and I don't really think I enjoy it as much. Sneaking around, I prefer to go in loud, as they call it, and just wreak havoc on the whole place. But this is Payday 2. Actually, I even got some DLC for this. I spent a little bit on getting DLC for more guns, and I'm happy I did. I think that it opened up more opportunities. I've played 19 hours, basically. That's a good amount of time. That's almost a full day straight. I've had this game for a little bit now, but it's got 426,000 reviews at very positive. So it's not overwhelmingly positive. It didn't get that classification, but in the end of the day, I think that I would rate this very positive as well. They have different bundles to get the DLC. I'm not sure which DLC I got, but would I recommend this? Absolutely. whether you like first-person shooters or not, I would recommend this game.